Welcome to this explainer. You know, right now, as we speak, thousands of people are buying, renting, renovating, or inheriting properties without realizing one terrifying fact. Hidden liens, massive unpaid taxes, and dangerous unpermitted work might be sitting right there in plain sight. Today, we're going to completely demystify Philadelphia's public property data infrastructure. Whether you're a homebuyer, an investor, a contractor, or honestly just a curious neighbor, we're going to help you uncover those critical real estate histories so you can avoid a massive financial nightmare.
It's crazy to think about, but all of this critical legal and financial information is hiding right there within publicly available online property records. And honestly, if you don't know how to look for them, you're flying blind. But don't worry, by the end of this explainer, you'll know exactly how to access these municipal systems to verify ownership history, tax info, liens, property transfers, and all the legal details tied to literally any real estate in Philadelphia.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. Hidden property risks, 2. Record fundamentals, 3. Essential search tools, 4. Real-world scenarios, 5. Pro strategies and mistakes, and finally, 6. Safer real estate. All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Hidden property risks and the real cost of not knowing. $236,700. Yep, according to recent property records, that's the median home value right now in Philadelphia County. I mean, when you're dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars, finalizing a transaction without checking the public municipal archives is just a massive, unnecessary financial gamble. Think about it. You wouldn't buy a used car without checking its history report, right? So why on earth would you buy a house without checking its property records? Moving on to Section 2, Record fundamentals. Let's deconstruct this real estate data. First step, we've got the property deed. Basically, this is your ultimate proof of ownership. It's the legal document that transfers real estate from a seller, or grantor, to a buyer, the grantee. Now, this is historically tracked by the Department of Records, which actually has files dating all the way back to 1683. But beginners very often confuse the deed with tax or assessment records, and those serve entirely different municipal purposes. A deed just tells you who owns it. It doesn't tell you if they've paid their bills. And that actually brings us to an absolutely crucial concept, the municipal lien. So what is this? It's a legal claim against a property for unpaid debts, like water bills or back taxes. Here is the kicker, though. Liens attach to the physical property itself, not to the previous owner. Let that sink in for a second. If you buy a house that has an unpaid water bill, congratulations, you just inherited someone else's debt. If you don't check the Water Revenue Bureau or tax records before you buy, that debt becomes your problem 100%. Now for Section 3, Essential Search Tools. Let's look at Philadelphia's digital portals. Now, this breakdown brilliantly illustrates the, let's say, slightly fragmented nature of Philly's data. Because different city departments handle different things, you've really got to know which specific tool does what. Atlas maps out your deeds and permits. The Property app, that handles valuations and physical building details from the Office of Property Assessment. Then you have the LNI Property History Dashboard for code violations and active building permits, the Philadelphia Tax Center for your tax balances, and the Water Revenue Bureau Lien Search for active water and sewer liens. If you're a total beginner just starting out, Atlas is about to be your absolute best friend. It's basically a map-based front door to the whole city. It's super simple. Just go to atlas.phila.gov, punch in an official address or an Office of Property Assessment account number, and instantly you can pull together deeds, active permits, zoning overlays, and even recent 311 complaints. It totally democratizes access to data that used to be buried in a dozen different basements in City Hall. But what if you need to dig deeper into the actual legal paperwork? Well, the timeline is everything here. Modern land transactions, so anything from 1974 to the present, those are digitized and available online through a portal called PhilaDocs. But if you're tracing historical ownership and need deeds recorded before 1974, you can't just click a button. You literally have to visit City Hall Room 154 in person or request them by mail from the City Archives on Spring Garden Street. Okay, Section 4, Real-World Scenarios. Let's see how to actually apply this data. It really all comes down to matching your specific scenario to the right portal. Like if you're a home buyer, you're definitely going to use Atlas to check if a property has a historic designation or some tricky zoning overlay before putting in an offer. An investor, they might cross-reference OPA valuations with the Water Revenue Bureau to hunt down distressed properties with massive water liens. Or a contractor might jump into the LNI portal to review active Eclipse building permits to make sure previous renovations were actually done to code. It is all about using the right tool for the job. All right, let's look at Section 5, Pro strategies and mistakes, so you can navigate the common pitfalls.
Take a look at this historical map view. If you're a researcher tracing ownership way back, say between 1865 and 1955, a modern street address just isn't going to cut it. You're going to run into these historic parcel coding formats used by the registry office. You'll see things like 2-S-20. The S there actually designates that the parcel sits south of Market Street. Understanding how to cross-reference these old historic map registry formats with modern OPA addresses, that is a true pro-level strategy for tracing a property's complete lineage.
But hey, pay attention to this one, because it's probably the biggest pitfall of all. Always, always remember that recorded documents usually do not appear in the online indexes until 2 to 4 weeks after they're officially filed with the Department of Records. That means a blank search today absolutely does not guarantee a clean title. If someone filed a lien on a house yesterday and you search Atlas today, you're not going to see it. Assuming missing records equal a clean title is a very, very dangerous mistake.
Another classic rookie mistake is searching with an unverified mailing address instead of the official Office of Property Assessment address. Sometimes the mailing address for a corner property or a multi-unit building is completely different from its legal OP address. And if you search the wrong one, you'll end up researching the wrong property entirely. You'll pull up the wrong deeds and the wrong tax histories. So please always verify that OPA address first. Finally, Section 6, Safer Real Estate and Practicing Responsible Due Diligence. Which brings us to an absolutely non-negotiable pro tip. I really want you to read this quote carefully. Public access rules, tax info, and document availability, they change frequently. While these online portals are incredibly powerful tools, they're just your first step. Consulting with a qualified title agent, attorney, or real estate professional is a necessary step for responsible due diligence before you make any actual financial transactions.
By mastering free public tools like Atlas, the Property app, and Philodocs, you're really taking the power back. You can dramatically reduce your financial risk, avoid inheriting someone else's debts, and finally, uncover the legal realities hiding right there in the public record. So, what exactly is your property hiding? There's really only one way to find out. Get out there, start searching, and thanks so much for joining us for this explainer.